guys, it's Bill, FlatBroke Garage. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I appreciate you stopping by. If you've been here before, you understand where I'm at, the Falcarino. For those of you that have not been here before, let me give you a quick update. The Falcarino is actually a 1970 and a half Ford Falcon. Basically, it's a Fairlane Torino-based car that Ford named a Falcon right at the end of the year to finish filling orders. I believe that's how the story goes. Correct me if I'm wrong. Put it in the comments. So basically, this car I found sitting in a junkyard. It had been there for over 20 years, I think closer to 28. And I pulled it out. I actually got it running. Turns out the car has 56,000 original miles. So the engine ran really well, but the freeze plugs leaked. It had a little lifter noise, but it ran well. I drove it for over a year. So I decided to pull the engine out. I want to freshen it up, and I want to take it on Hot Rod Power Tour. So I got the engine out. There's a video, once again, in the link. I took the engine over to my buddy Eric at J&B Performance. He's kind of giving a little love, going to freshen it up a bit. So new pistons, kind of bored out. I guess the crank is good, but the head was bad. It turns out that the lifter noise actually came from some butchery somebody did on the head. I'll have to show you later when we get over to the shop. All right, well, here's the head that was on the 6-cylinder, the original head. Now, this head has been off because you could see originally all the orange gasket goo. So we knew some head work had been done. And it looks like it had been done poorly because here are some of the noise problems. These valves, according to my buddy Eric here, looks like somebody fidgeted with his head and they ground the valves down, the end of the valves. And two of the valves had spacer. They had spacer on the rockers. And that's what was giving me the noise. And I believe it was this valve here and this valve here. But they put spacers on the rockers for no apparent reason. So the engine itself is pretty good condition, but the head not so much. So what I do have is a head off a, I'm guessing a early to mid 80s. This is on a Ford Fairmont. It was a 200 6-cylinder, but if you look, it's way more better. And the intake on these is bigger, the valves are bigger, and it has hardened seats. So that should be a decent upgrade for that. So we'll see. He's going to do a little research on it for me. He's going to splash some cleaner stuff on it and see if we can swap those heads. That would definitely be an improvement. Now let's go look at the block. Well, here's the block. You know, it's pretty clean on the outside. He said on the inside, she was level with like cake batter. He said about halfway up, all the freeze plugs, all the ports were just jammed full of goo. So I don't know if that was stop leak because of the rear plug and they just kept dumping stop leak in it, or it's just full of goo. The block itself had that Castrol, or what was the oil with the wax? It was Castrol, I think. Whatever they used back in the 70s, but it left a waxy film in everything. And you literally had to dig all the goo out of this and then throw it in the old hot tank. And here she is. She's still not perfect, but what he did find is there's a, I don't know if you can hear that, but there's a pretty good ridge in these cylinders. Number one is the worst. He mentioned me, he thought because it was getting a little hotter because the water wasn't really flowing. And the nickel in these blocks was scant to none, so you had a pretty good wear on this. Overall, though, he believes, as do I, it is a 56,000 mile engine. I guess the timing chain was rough, but we're going to bore it. What the hell? We're here. It's only money. They print new stuff every day, so we're going to knock it out, go 30 over. And basically, we can reuse the crank. Here's our crank. He said it's excellent condition. The cam is good. Gonna get new lifters in it and timing chain in the head, and voila, there we go. We should be ready for the power tour, I hope. My buddy Eric started working on that. We got the head all done. The long block is done. He went to assemble it. He was doing the head and he found a hairline crack. And it's right through the valve guide, right through the head. Turns out the head's useless. So I now have to go try and find an 80s 6-cylinder Ford head, either off a 200 or a 250. I don't know. I live in the middle of nowhere. But luckily my buddy Steve that owns the yard that this car came from has a bunch of cars. So we're going to head out there with chainsaws and tools. I think I found a Granada that might have the right head. So let's head over there and see if I can get this head off, and if I go through all the labor, if the head's even worth it. But what am I going to do? You know, I'm really fighting to keep this 6-cylinder. So let's go over there and get this head off and see how it goes. So we have the Jeep all loaded up with the weapons of choice to pull ahead. Basic impacts, wrenches, sockets, cutoff wheel, death wheel, and chainsaw. I'll explain the chainsaw later. So I come across this. This is a 85, I think? 82. It's a Ford Granada. And as luck has it, I swiped the hood off. Ow! Dang it, it fell on my finger. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it. There's a 6-cylinder in there. Now, this branch is hitting it right here. So, but let's...
Oh, that's good. Electronic nation.
Yeah, I think this is the one we need. All right, well, I made it into the yard, and I think I'll be able to get my Jeep back in here. It's dry enough, but it's kind of narrow, but it sure beats carrying all the tools in and all the tools out on top of the head. So I'm going to try and squeak the Jeep back there and at least get the tools closer. Let's see if I can make it. Well, we made it back here. We gotta get me a path. I think I gotta trim a couple trees. Well, there's the Granada right there. I like the trailer ball just bolted onto the bumper. But I'll clear some of this debris and make me a path through here and get this head off. All right, well, here she is. Let's see. It says 44,000 miles. You know, it's not super rusty. It's kind of crusty. It's a nice Ford pickup sitting here too. No rust. Explorer. It's a 63 Impala sitting back there. Beauty. Let's start getting this pig out of here. So my buddy Russ over at Hot Rod Garage said that I should take this distributor too. It's a EFI, or you know, it's an HEI ignition. Got the old brain box, but he said it's a lot better setup. So we might be taking this distributor out as well. I don't even know which engine. This is a 200 or a 250. Well, upon first inspection of getting the valve cover off, dude, this might be a 44,000 mile car. This thing's really, really clean. Really nice. I mean, look inside the valve cover. It's spotless. So, this might be a win, dude. I mean, that's pretty cool. Finish getting this thing out of here. Oh wait, I gotta get the back bolt off. So
oh, it come up.
I thought I got it off. Let me double check. Now what the heck?
It ain't going on, is it? It's a thinner socket.
Yeah, there's that screwdriver. That'll clean around it.
It's over. It's at where them tools are at.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You get cleaned around it, and if not, I'll have to go to a thinner.
Yep, looks like it needs a thinner socket.
11/16. We got all the other ones out, but that one, is it just full of garbage or?
Yeah, some. I don't know.
Oh wait, did I get that one?
Nope.
I didn't get that one either.
I didn't get that neither. It's got a lot of stuff around this one now.
Yeah, let me see if this thing will fit
Hold
in
on
there.
a sec. I'm gonna get it out there. All right, now it might go. So,
Here we go.
that might go.
All right, that one's on.
Mm-hmm.
There's that one.
You'd think all of them would. That's the case here. Drive it on there, but you ain't gonna get it like that.
All right, let's go.
Got another one?
No, that's all I got this size. Let me see what else we got. Why ain't it going on there? It's 11/16. Oh, I grabbed the 15. That's
not
not
a.
Yeah.
Right,
There we go.
right have
Wrong spot.
yeah. Right.
Wow, that little Chinese ratchet made it through that. Oh shit.
About made it to the bottom too.
I think I made the extension on it.
Yeah. Been easier without that extension. I'll have to pick that up. You gonna take your bolts out or leave them in them?
I guess I'll grab them out.
It won't hurt things. Come out.
Make it a little easier coming in.
Yeah, some of them, this one's still threaded. There we go.
Before we put them in pressure.
I was putting a valve cover, but I took that away already.
Oh,
Put them in a battery box, I guess. Just set them in here.
one more right here, sure.
Oh, she's loose. There we
Yeah,
go.
she's loose. I bet it's been built. I think.
You think?
I bet it.
Oh,
Let's see what's in the blade now.
that out. Ready? Oh, I grabbed the wrong thing. Oh. Woo!
Is that just a random motor or is that a Cadillac motor?
What's that inside the engine?
Been rebuilt head.
It's a rebuilt head?
It's a rebuilt head.
No kidding.
Go right off the back. It's right there.
Oh, yeah. Put that in my pocket.
Yep.
See that rebuilt head? There's the little tag. Let me grab this, set this out of the way. Oh, that exhaust. Jeez, that converter's heavy.
It is.
Well, that can be a mess on that exhaust thing.
Wow.
You know it?
You know, it don't have a ridge, that block. None.
No, it doesn't. There's no ridge at
No
all.
ridge at all.
Jeez. And grabbing the HEI ignition, like I said. Get this distributor out of here. And,
Yep. It'd be better than that other one, I think.
oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, just for reliability, other than the, that brain box thing, but, and you just carry an extra one of those in your glove box.
That's it. And everything else should work.
What I might do is I'm going to cut this end, so I have this end of the plug, because that's, I think, power in
Yep, yep.
and stuff, so I'll cut that end of that plug.
See if I can get back to that with my fingers there.
Yeah.
I got her.
Look at that. Come on out, baby.
Extra little prizing on it.
Look at that.
Looks like it's made for it.
She come right out.
Look at that, wire's on. Here, you'll have to have each bolt.
Oh, yeah. Well, there we go. Another junk car saved another car. I mean, you know, this engine probably could have been used, but the car itself it's trashed. A tree fell on it. I'm just happy that I found a head and I can get moving on a Falcarino and get that done. Now I can do the upgrade to electronic ignition. So let's get this home. I'll get the exhaust manifold off. Well, we made it back to the old FlatBroke garage headquarters. The old Falcarino's still sitting outside. I'm going to have to get that inside pretty quick because I got to fix the ugly that's going on here. I'm going to spray some of that rust converter on some of the rust and kind of scuff it all down and paint her back in some fresh satin black. But right now, I got to unpack the Jeep. All right, so I'm going to get this head spun around. I'm going to get that exhaust manifold taken off because that's junk. And hopefully none of the bolts break. Kind of clean up the mess here a little bit. There's one tough one. broken. Damn it. Well, I'll tell you what, I have never seen an exhaust manifold like this. I'm guessing this was a catalytic converter. I kind of did a little research, and I guess Ford put catalytic converters right on these exhaust manifolds. I could be wrong, but I don't know. But to get to these other manifold bolts, you got to get this tube off, this exhaust return to all the emissions crap. I think we're going to death wheel this off because the bolts are under there and you can't get there, and I don't know. It's kind of a squirrely setup. So we're going to get the wheel spinning and dice this thing up and remove that. That thing is a pain to get to. And ta-da! There's the last two bolts. I'm going to nip this thing off here, and I don't think there's another one, no. So we'll nip this little bit off here. I gotta get a wrench in there. I can't even get a socket in there. Who designs this crap? Oh, and these are studs too. Might have to put a little heat on these, I believe. We'll see if they break loose with a wrench, but I'm kind of guessing not. So we had a little PB soaking on those. And see how my luck is going to be. Oh, look at that. Tell you what, that PB blaster stuff, it works. There's that one. Look at that one, wasn't even tight. I don't know what that's about. Well, now did I get them all off? Will this thing actually lift off? Appears to be. I think these studs are holding it. I'll get a bar, see if I can pop it up. And let's see. There we go. Man, what a mess that. Look at that exhaust gasket. That thing's just like paper thin. That's crazy. Well, now that I look at this, this might not be a win. Boy, these are awfully small ports, but this here, this is bad. I can't remember the other manifold, but I don't remember it having a, whatever they call this, Siamese port, but I think this might be for emissions, but I think this is bad. I don't have the other head here. I'm gonna have to call and see, but well, I was worried about this big port because I didn't know, I couldn't remember in the original engine if it had this huge, whatever, Siamese port and these little tiny ports, or if it was all. But I just called my buddy Eric at the shop, and he said it does indeed have this port, so this head should work. So I want to show you guys the newest edition of FlatBroke Garage. Couldn't afford the big attack dog, so we got this little guy here. His name's Elmer. What do you think, Elmer? He's going to be helping out in the shop as long as the other dogs or a hawk doesn't grab him. So he's hanging with me today. Well, my timing couldn't have gotten better. I'm out here just cleaning up this head, and UPS showed up. They brought me the last part I need for my engine, and that is the harmonic balancer or dampener. As I found out now, the harmonic balancers for 200 and 250 6-cylinders are hard to find. So I actually tracked down this guy in California. It's called the Dampener Doctor. And he specializes in rebuilding them. And he has new ones. Now the core charge on mine's a little high. But like I said, I guess it's a rare one to find. But look at that. Brand new, double pulley, literally like brand new. So if you guys need dampeners, and he does all engines, diesels, gas, everything. I'll put the link in the description, but his address is right here. The Dampener Doctor, and Redding, California. So great parts, man. Well, that should do it for about today. It's enough for me. But tomorrow we're going to head up to my buddy Eric's place. Going to get the head dropped off, dampener dropped off. Going to do a follow-up on the long block, see how that's coming. Well, here we are. We've made it over to my buddy Eric's place, and here's the long block, all set up, ready to go. She is bored 30 over. I mean, we're doing good. All we got to do is get that head on. We also got, here's the bad head. That has now become a boat anchor. Nobody wants that. I'm going to be using my original manifold. So, yeah, you've got all kinds of projects going in here. Some Mercedes here, and Chevy. I think I'm going to bring you in here and show you something. When I took this other head off, a tag came off in my hand, and this is the tag. I don't know how familiar you guys are with these things, but basically this tag was put on a head by a rebuilder. So that's how we knew that the head had been rebuilt. And what it is, it's a little tag they glue on. I believe it has, I don't know if it'll focus, but it's got their name on there. But what it is this tag right in the center is a little piece of lead. And what they do is they glue it onto the freeze plug, so if the head is ever overheated, that lead will melt out of the head, and then the warranty is over for that head. So kind of neat, kind of tricky. I don't know if it's legal, but that's what a lot of the machine shops did, just to be sure you're not tearing up their work. So kind of cool. That's the story behind these tags. Well, let's hope third time's a charm. We're on head number 3. It's here. We got all the fixings that came with it. So, I don't know. It's got to be better than what we've had. It's only a matter of time now. So, all I can do is keep my fingers crossed, and, you know, we'll get this thing back and going. Well, I think that should about do it for this video. I appreciate you guys watching, following along, and subscribing. If you haven't, you might want to think about it. Just subscribe. I know it's annoying, everybody asks, but, you know, it helps me out, man. So when I come back, we're going to be doing the cleanup on the engine bay in the Falcarino, and hopefully putting the engine in and taking it for a drive. I can't wait. This should have been taking it for a drive video, but like I said, I had some bad parts. We had to update it with some new parts. Hopefully the new parts are good parts. And we get it all done and together and back in the car. So please follow along. I really appreciate it again, you guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.